My ex-boyfriend and I got into a huge argument one night on the way home from the movies, and we were raising our voices. He was driving and we were yelling at each other, and I was in the passenger seat just getting absolutely irate because we were arguing. He picked his hand up because he talks with his hands, and my immediate response was to block. He pulled the car over, got out, and came and opened my door and sat next to me and cried and just held me. And I asked him what the hell was wrong with him and why he was doing that. And he just looked at me and he was like, "You thought that because I'm mad at you, I was going to hit you." And it was the first time someone made me realize that it was not normal to expect someone to abuse you because they were angry at you. We're no longer together, but he taught me a lot in that relationship, and I'm grateful for him. Because the rest of the night, he explained to me how that was not okay and would never happen with him, and that I deserved to be upset, and it was okay for us to argue.
That was so cringe. Bro, you can explain things without crying. Now she left you for a more manly guy and is putting you on blast on the internet. You may think that you're building a connection when you cry in front of a girl, but instead, you're just turning her off. That moment in the car is the moment she lost attraction to him.
Man. Okay, I'm working my ass off at online dating because, hello, like I've been divorced. A girl needs a cuddle, right? So I've done 2 virtual dates this week, 1 in person, 1 more tomorrow. 4. Pretty goddamn good odds if you ask me. God, it's so freaking disappointing. I hate online dating. God, please don't make me call the guy back who's like super complicated. What would be such a good friends with benefits? Guys, I want so much more for myself than that. What am I left with? Fuck.
So she's like 60 and still can get 4 dates a week. How many dates do you get a week? Plus, she already has a guy on standby to clear off those cobwebs. To be honest, it's sad to see old people on dating apps. It's probably going to be me too in the future, but still.
This is only going to be pertinent to the girls that are actually looking for relationships. Number 1, pictures. There is a direct correlation between the amount of ass and titties that are shown and fuckboys that end up matching you. If you're wanting to catch a high-value man's attention, leave a little to the imagination. Number 2, don't match with more than 5 guys a week. This just goes back to the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the less we are able to make decisions, and the less happy we are with the decisions that we do finally make. Number 3, limit communication on the app. If you're interested in a guy, give him your number as soon as possible. Tell him you're not on the app that often and that he can call you whenever he's available. If he texts you, do not respond. If he tries to connect with you on another app, block him. The instructions were clear. Number 4, planning the date. Never allow a man access to making plans with you the day of. This is less about playing games than you think. Ideally, you would have enough going on in your life that it would be impossible for you to change plans the last minute. But even if you do not have something going on, it is important that you create boundaries when you first begin dating. We teach people how to treat us. You are teaching your partner that they do not have unlimited access to you without any trust built.
As a fuckboy, I would be filtered out at step number 1. Anyway, very nice list of hoops and requirements she has there. Some people can only text. Who really has time to talk on the phone? And I made plenty of arrangements on the day of. It didn't mean that I thought any less or more of the girl. Now, can we see the 5 guys she matched this week?
Please repeat after me. This year's coochie's not gonna be next year's coochie. No more hunching on dudes who airbags don't work in the hoopty. I don't hold it down during the starter lock phases and no, cause when they reach past his ears, he's finna turn into a hoe. Rule number 3, he can't play me if he cheated after me. Number 4, we not fighting baby mamas anymore. Tell her that she ain't shaped the baby head right and that the baby got a bump on his frontal lobe. Number 5, we not linking if he can't hold a conversation. Get you a vibrator. I promise you it'll give you more stimulation. Rule number 6, if he ain't wifing me up, no taking pics. He's finna show it to his homies and that might eliminate his competition. Number 7, Waffle House has never been a date. I like steak and lobster mac. I don't care what Twitter has to say. Number 8, we don't care about his daddy issues. It's 18 million people in the world with no dad. Tell him get used to it.
That must be the new Cardi B song, or at least instruction from her on how to drug men. I didn't understand anything she said besides the Waffle House thing. Hating on the Waffle House is more of a red flag than those long fingernails
We're talking about hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.